For today's quick video, I am going to be using the Hope and Kindness kit. So it comes with pattern paper, cardstock, and then of course this gorgeous sticker sheet, as well as a stamp set and thin cut. I'll leave a link down to the video where I walked through it all, so you can take a look. It's so much prettier in person. But I wanted to hurry up and scrapbook this photo from Mother's Day that our church took. I just love it, and I think it's going to go perfect with this paper collection. Now, on my website, you can see, if you go to the promotions tab and the National Scrapbooking Month, that's the Hope and Kindness. And if you go down to the scrapbooking bundle, you will see a link to download the instructions. And I am working specifically directly from those instructions. It's just I'm only going to be putting together the left side of layout 3. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to make this a one-page layout, and then also make slight changes because this portrait, or this photo, is portrait and not landscape. But I think you're going to love it. I know I'm going to love it, simply because I just love this collection. So let me clear my desk and we can get started. So for this layout, there is a bunch of frames that were cut. We gutted out a bunch of the paper. You know, I usually do that to save the gorgeous paper, and so that's what's happening on this layout as well. So I'm going to start with a 12-inch piece of white daisy cardstock, again on my Versamat, because so many pieces are gutted. It's going to help me keep those pieces lined up. So the first piece is going to be this floral piece. And we've got toffee, we've got sage, we've got pine, we've got Sundance, and then look at the back. Isn't that just so pretty? I really hated cutting into this, to be honest, because it is just so pretty. So we're going to glue that down first. We've got that glued down, and I am going to assemble this little focal piece first off of my layout base. So this is one of the cardstock pieces that comes with it in Harbor. You can see that this side has a texture, almost like a canvas. And then this side is a little bit different. Again, it's not texture to the feel, it's just texture to the eye. And then I have a white piece of cardstock cut slightly smaller. So I have that matted, and I am just going to place this in the middle here, which leaves about 3/4 of an inch all the way around it. Just going to eyeball it. No need to bring out the T-ruler, in my opinion. I'm going to have a lot of embellishment clusters in the corners, so I think it's going to work. So our next piece is this pretty piece, and it is going to, probably about the 2-inch mark, we are going to adhere it down only on this white piece. So it was cut slightly, it was not 12 inches. It was cut to 10 1/4 by 10 1/4. We've got that. And then we have this piece, and it is about the same thing. It's going to go from white to white. Now, I probably should have adhered all of this down to the white piece before adhering it to the base, but I have an easy fix for that. We're just going to get that laid down, and then I am going to get my metal ruler and my X-Acto knife. Now, the instructions that you can download from my website, they walk you through exactly what to do and how to cut it. It's just, I had already had in my mind that I was going to have to kind of do my own thing on this, because I don't have two 4x6s. I have a 5x7, and it is portrait, not landscape. So let's twist this around. I'm better when it's coming off of here. Okay, so there is that. So this piece is actually fussy cut out of this pattern. It's got pine, kind of a triangle pattern on one side, and then it's got all of these cut aparts. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the second one out and get it fussy cut for some of my embellishments. And then the other embellishments are going to come from the sticker sheet. And we also have some chipboard pieces in this collection. So if you're new here, I just wanted to show you how I fussy cut. So I usually leave a tiny border around the outside for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a little more forgiving if you mess up, especially if you have rounded edges. The other thing is, it almost looks like a sticker that way. Another tip for fussy cutting, if you do have rounded edges, keep your scissors stationary. I'm using our micro tip scissors, super sharp, super small, so they can get in all those spaces. Keep your scissors stationary and move your paper. It's a whole lot easier doing it that way, especially if you have rounded edges. So I am just going to finish this up, and then we can get started with the photo placement and then bringing in those scissors, those stickers and the chipboard pieces. So now I have these two pieces. And then I also have cut a doily out of the peach cardstock. Now this doily is, you get a large one and a small one. And I'm loving it. I'm not a doily person. I'm still on the fence about that. But I really like how this one turned out so far. So we've got that. And then let me go ahead and pull these chipboard pieces. So it comes in a big 12 by 12 die cut sheet. And you've got some leaves, you've got some flowers, you've got titles. I love that some of these pieces actually have the white marking on the outside. Just adds this fun little twist to otherwise craft pieces. So I am just going to take a look and see what else. Maybe these. And then maybe some of the hearts. Be it for right now. So I kind of want to get there's a piece up here. And then I want to kind of map out my photo. So again, my photo is portrait, and it's significantly smaller than the two 4x6s in the example. I'm going to go ahead and adhere my zip strip. I am going to ink up this peach piece in a little bit of papaya ink, just to make the edges kind of stand out. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of sponging toward the center. The good thing about it just being so holy is I don't really have to worry about the harshness of these of this sponging showing. So I like that. And then I'm going to do the same with this piece as well. Again, I think I'm only going to have about an inch showing. I'm not going to cut that quite yet, but I think this is going to be up here, and this is going to be right there. Again, so I don't lose the design feature of that. And then I can put these right here, along with some of this stuff. So I think I'm going to do them opposite. So being that it's the same flower cluster, I'm just going to have those kind of facing opposite directions. Have that there. Okay, so here's a major plot twist. We are actually going to do this. I did cut down my mat just a little bit. I just felt it was just a little bit too large. And the back of this is just gorgeous. I hated to use this, but I really didn't want to add anything else to the kit than what comes in it. And one of the reasons why we're doing this, let me show you a trick. So if you have embellishments exactly the way you want them and you don't want them to move, you can take press and seal and you just press all the way around, and then when you peel up it sticks to the press and seal, and then you can just, I'm just going to set this over to the side, and then that's going to allow me to then add glue to the back of it when I'm ready, and then just glue it down in the same manner. So the thing that this photo has got going on with it is we've got flowers up here, and then we've got a title up there as well. So my thinking on that is, number one, this doesn't appear to be straight. So my thinking on that is ripping my cardstock, that I want my flowers to go on the bottom. I want them in the opposite corner than these flowers. So that's why I flipped it. And then still keeping the design element of the slant. And then I think I'm going to still keep this design element. And probably do it right there. Okay. So now let me bring this back in, and this is where this is where we can add tape to all of this and get it adhered down. Now on the big floral pieces, I'm not adding a whole lot of tape because I want to add some 3D foam tape here in just a second. And then I'm also not adding a whole lot of glue to the outside of those flowers either. And then we can just turn this over. I'm going to move this photo. And turn that over, and I think this is where I want it. So again, I'm just going to press down, and that glue is going to adhere to my layout, and then I'm just going to nicely peel back my press and seal, and then all my elements are still there. And again, this is what I meant about adding some 3D foam tape under here. I'm also going to add some 3D foam tape under my photo right quick, and then get this cut, save that element for later, and then we can come back and finish this up. So I've got that glued down, and then I have these chipboard hearts I just want to add, probably one right there. And remember, I also have some stickers I can add. And then there's this tinier heart that was the inside of a heart. And I think I'm going to add that one right there. And let me pull out the sticker sheet. So I really like this papaya heart, and I think I'm going to put it right there on that. This circle right here, I'm going to add 3D foam tape to and put on the center of that doily. And then I'm going to add some 3D foam tape underneath these flowers. So again, I'm just going to put this down here, add that. I'm using the thin 3D foam tape. Definitely could use just regular dimension to create a whole bunch of stuff over here. That's pretty much glued down. That's glued down except for right here. So tell me, have you ever seen the press and seal tip before? It's nothing new. It's just I haven't really shown it in a while, maybe in a couple of years. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity, since I had all my flowers where I wanted them and then decided at the last minute to change it up. So we've got that, and then let me see if there are just some little bitty details that we can add. I think the only thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add some clear shimmer just to the center of these flowers. Can't have a layout about mothers without shimmer, correct? And I think that's it. Again, I'll be doing the other pictures from Mother's Day using some more of this pattern paper, and so my journaling will probably go on that. Yeah, let me add this. So my journaling will probably go on that. And then we actually do have a whole nother picture that was taken by the church, so I may print that as well and include it. Okay, this Hope and Kindness is available all month of May and June, or while supplies last, and it has been extremely popular. So if you want to get your hands on it, I suggest you click the link down below, head over to my website and purchase. And again, while you're there, click on the scrapbooking workshop bundle, and from there you can download the instructions to this layout. You make 6 2-page layouts, I believe. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you liked what you saw, tell all your friends, invite them to my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and sign up for notifications so you won't miss another crafty video. And then leave me a comment and a thumbs up. It helps YouTube show you more videos of the same, and then of course it helps my little channel out. Thanks, and have a wonderful weekend. This little corner just looks kind of bare, so I am actually going to add this flower right there, and then add, I believe, this little pink flower directly onto my photo. And maybe, let's see how this looks. I took the sticky off of the big flower, and so it's just, well, again, that's going to have to work because these stickers are so sticky. Okay, I think it actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to add some of these little bitty tiny, I don't know what these are. Probably right there, and maybe even right here to break up that harbor.